Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming and welcome to the biggest list of racing games on sale on Steam. Use the timestamps below to skip around. I'm actually not even sure how I'm going to do the timestamps because there are so many here. Let's start first with the big AAA stuff, the Crew 2. Now this is here because it's on a big sale, new highest discount. When it came out, it did not sort of light the world on fire. It seemed interesting, but over the years it seems to have improved. Reviews are at 80%, and in this one you could, just not only drive cars but boats and planes and stuff like that. It is 90% off right now. So base game 90% off, special edition 90%, gold edition 90. I'll mention the price for the gold one, $9 for the gold edition, which is pretty good. I think it has the season pass and stuff as well. $450 in India, $749 in the UK, and $12 in Canada, €9. Next is Forza Horizon 5, another open world arcade racing game. This also hit a new low just before the sale started, the latest in the Forza Horizon series, set in Mexico. This one. This is 50% off for the base game, 50 for the deluxe, and 50 for the premium. I'll mention the standard version here because it's kind of expensive. $30, $17.50 in India, $25 in the UK, $40 in Canada, $30 in the Eurozone. Now, I would prefer Horizon 4 over Horizon 5 because this seems like a better game. I like the setting here. It was in the UK, Scotland, England, stuff like that. And they also had the seasonal aspect in this one. Every week you would get a new season, and that changed the landscape. Sometimes you'll end up in winter, snow conditions, stuff like that. It just felt better. And also it's on a bigger sale here. So this is 67% off, under 20 for the base game, $428 in India. So the regional price is even better on this one. $18.14, 26 in Canada, 23 in the Eurozone. Now, of course, both these Horizon games you can play via the Xbox Game Pass, the standard versions. Next, we have Hot Wheels Unleashed. So I did not know what section to put this under. It's kind of a bigger game, so I've put it here. So you're racing your Hot Wheels cars, and Hot Wheels 2 is also coming out from what I've heard. So this is 80% for the base game, $10, $300 in India, £8, $13.39 in Canada, €10. Game of the Year edition has more stuff. I'm not sure if it has everything down here, but this is $18, $5.39 in India, £14, 24 in Canada, 18 in the Eurozone. If you have the Game of the Year edition, can you let me know if all of this is included here? Next, we have Need for Speed Heat. Now, surprisingly, most of the Need for Speed games are not on sale. This is like one of the only ones that is available on sale. It's on a good discount, but it has been cheaper. Also, this has almost 82% positive reviews, so not bad, I guess. I've actually not played a lot of Need for Speed games recently, but I have a soft spot for these, and I eventually do end up buying them when I see them on like a good discount. So I have most of the stuff. And this is 80% off, $700 in India, $14, £12, 18 in Canada, 14 in the Eurozone. Now, this was as low as 95% off in September of last year. So you may want to wait and hope that it drops down to 95 again. I will wait because right now it's a little on the expensive side, especially knowing that it was much cheaper before. Next is CarX Drift Online. So this is a drifting online game, and it is very positive. Like, look at the reviews here, overwhelmingly positive. I did buy this, but I haven't even touched it yet, as you know, with the backlog situation. Yeah, but I'm surprised it is quite popular. I had not heard of this up until the time I bought it. A lot of customization, as you can see here. Not a lot of people playing right now, but it is not an expensive game, and with such good reviews, why not give it a try? So this is $674, $206 in India, $512 in the UK, $787 in Canada, $562 in the Eurozone. There's an Ultimate Edition which is 62% off. Next, we have the sim racing games. We start with Assetto Corsa. I've already mentioned this, so I won't go into too much detail, but very authentic, detailed simulation game. A lot of Italian cars and stuff like that. Also very cheap. So 80% off for the base game, $4, $105 in India, £3, $4.55 in Canada, €4. And then you have a bunch of car packs here. Each has multiple cars So you have the Dream Pack, Japanese Pack, Red Pack, Ferrari 70th anniversary, 3 sets of packs for Porsches. You can buy the Ultimate Edition, which includes everything. This is 90% off. So pretty good deal if you are a hardcore sim fan. Now speaking of simulation racing, we have Automobilista 2. So this is based on the Brazilian racing series, and there are 2 games here. This is the second one, the newest one from 2020, and this is 50% off to $20, $4.50 in India, $17.49 in the UK, $22.74 in Canada, $18.49 in the Eurozone. Now, if this is too expensive, try the first game. This is from 2016, same thing, but obviously a little older and a little cheaper as well. So 50% off, $12.49, $2.84 in India, £10, $14.49 in Canada, and 12 euros. Has anybody played this? Because I'm quite interested in at least the first one, and I want to know the reviews. Overall, it's pretty good here, 86. Next, we move on to the rally section. We have Dirt Rally 2.0. Also something I mentioned because I think this is on the new law, and this might get removed because I've noticed the Dirt Rally games get removed after 5-6 years because of licensing or whatever. But this is again a good game, 85% positive reviews here, 80% off, $4, $113 in India, $3.59 in the UK, $4.55 in Canada, 4 euros. There's a Game of the Year edition, which I'm told has all of this included. So it is 80% off, $8, $191 in India, £7, 9 in Canada, 8 in the Eurozone. Next we have WRC 7 FIA World Rally Championship, another rally game. I'm not too familiar with this one, but the reviews are decent at 75% positive, and it's also on a good sale, 85% off, $113 in India, $3, £254, $3.41 in Canada, and 3 euros. We also have V Rally 4. The reviews are even lower here. It's just so about mostly positive, so it's 63% on Steam DB. Looks interesting. It seems they're more sort of off-roading stuff, like more arcadey, I guess. I'm not sure. But this is 80% off, $219 in India, $6, £5, $6.79 in Canada, and 6 euros. Then we have Gravel. I have played this one. This is rally style, but with a bit of a story where it's like a TV show or something as well. And this is very, very cheap. This is 90% off, 100 rupees only, $2, $1.59 in the UK, $2.69 in Canada, 2 euros. There are a few packs of cars and stuff, but most of them are free, and then the rest are 90% off. So you could very easily get the whole thing for not a lot of money. Then we have BAJA Edge of Control HD. So this is more of your off-road racing. You can, I guess, more arcadey in nature, but I put it in the off-road section. So yeah, looks good. Reviews are okay, 75%, not too old, from 2017, and 75% off. So $750 US, $239 in India, $624 in the UK, $824 in Canada, 750 euros. Next is the off-road simulation section, and we start off with my favorite here, SnowRunner. I've played a good 20-25 hours of this game. Haven't played recently, but I would like to. And yeah, this is set in different parts of the world. You have lots and lots of trucks, lots to do, basically moving around difficult terrain and transporting objects and stuff like that, repairing things. There are a lot more mission stuff here in this one. So this is basically a game where you're driving your truck and you see a puddle of water in front of you. That is like the Dark Souls boss of sim racing games here. So that puddle is quite a challenge. You have to change your gear, go down lower gear, make sure you move very slowly and carefully, stuff like that. But yeah, very enjoyable if you like this sort of thing. 45% off, $16.49, $6.59 in India, $14.29 in the UK, $21.99 in Canada, $16.49 in the Eurozone. Once again, has quite a lot of stuff here. Just buy the base game and then add whatever you want. There have been like 7 seasons so far, 9 seasons so far. I think they have 12 planned, so we are up to 9. And then of course there are cars and things, extra things you can add. Now if this seems too complicated and you want something similar but much more easier to understand, get MudRunner. This is the previous game, and you don't have as many DLCs and stuff, and you can buy the whole thing in one go. This is mostly set, I think, in like Russia or something, and you are transporting lumber basically. So again, look at the reviews, overwhelmingly positive. It will run better. So this is 80% off, $4, 200 in India, 359 in Canada, 359 in the UK, 519 in Canada, €4. There's the American Wilds edition, which includes some American trucks and an American map. So it's only a little more, $1 more. Get this is like the complete version. $5, 239 in India, 439 in the UK, 659 in Canada, €5. Next we have pure rock climbing. So same concept, but just simplified, climbing the rocks and stuff. And yeah, nice game. I think it's made by just one person and it looks pretty good. I have bought this myself. And yeah, if you don't want all the extra stuff with the SnowRunner, MudRunner games and you just want to climb rocks and stuff, this is your off-roading sim. And this is 25% off, not an expensive game, $11.24 US dollars, $3.44 in India, $8.54 in the UK, $13.11 in Canada. Now, of course, because this is made by just one guy, the updates might be a little slower and it might take longer for this game to get completed. But it's not an expensive game. It's got good reviews overall, so why not? Next is Offroad Mania. So I mentioned this in my previous video as well. So again, made by one person, I believe, and again, off-road stuff, but very minimalistic in terms of looks. Lots of different things to do here. You have like challenges, you have to complete levels, you can do racing as well, unlocking cars, things like that. So pretty decent game and also very cheap. 50% off. $4, 200 in India, 334 in the UK, and 524 in Canada. Now we have BeamNG.drive. Now I don't know what category I could put this game in, so this is like on its own. This is a destruction physics simulator game, but I've seen this game for a long time, and recent videos I saw of this game were just mind-blowing, like how good graphically this game is. It might not look that great here, but check out some videos on YouTube and you'll be blown away by how good this looks. So this is now 20% off, $20, $4.55 in India, $15.59 in the UK, $23.19 in Canada, $16.79 in the Eurozone. And this, as you can see here, it's been in early access for a long time, but also look at the reviews here. Next we move into the motorcycle and bicycle section. We have Ride 3. So there are quite a few ride games, I think 4 in total. The first 3 I saw on sale. I'm not sure about the 4th one, might be on sale as well. I picked the 3rd one because it sort of feels the right balance. And this is positive overall, 80%, 90% off sale wise, $4, 89 rupees, £3, $4.54 in Canada, and 4 in the Eurozone. And now we have Descenders. So this is a bicycle racing game. You are going downhill here, free riding and stuff. It looks pretty good, and also the reviews are very good too, overwhelmingly positive. 70% off, $750, $170 in India, $5.84 in the UK, $8.69 in Canada, $6.89 in the Eurozone. Now we move on to the isometric style racing games, and we have Circuit Superstars. I played this on a free-to-play weekend and this was surprisingly fun. This is not an arcade game, this is more of a simulation game. And they have also done like collabs with Top Gear, and they have the stick here. The difficult part here is getting used to the view, the camera view, because when you sort of loop around and come back, your controls are completely reversed, so left and right. You do take a little time getting used to that, but once you get the hang of it, it's actually pretty good. And this is 40% off, $12, $3.17 in India, £8.99, $13.67 in Canada, and 12 euros. Next we have another game with the same isometric perspective. This is Super Woden GP, and once again it's a rally style game, arcade once again, and you have the same view. I believe there's a second game coming out as well. I think it was included in the next fest. I did not get around to checking it, but yeah, this is also kind of hard simulation style game, but very satisfying. So this is 60% off, $5.19, $1.67 in India, £4.11, $5.79 in Canada, and $4.31 in the Eurozone. Now we move on to the arcade section, basically arcade from like the Sega era games, those sort of games remade today. And the first one we have is Horizon Chase Turbo. Very fun game, As you can see here, very similar to the old games from the Sega era, like Outrun and stuff like that. This has been given away multiple times by Epic, so you probably have this. And this is 80% off, $399, $116 in India, £3 and 9 pence, and $4.55 in Canada. Then we have 80s Overdrive, again very similar, inspired by Outrun. Looks pretty good too. I have played this one. It's fun. It's nothing special, but it's still, if you played those games back in the day like I did, you'll like this. And this is 90% off, only $1, 44 in India, 89 pence, 125 in Canada, and 99 cents in the Eurozone. And we also have a game called Slipstream, similar 80s stuff, and this is probably a little better, bit more pixely, I guess. And this is only 25% off, $7.50 in the US, $3.60 in India, $6.37 in the UK, $9.74 in Canada, $7.31 in the Eurozone. Reviews are a bit better for this one though. Next we have the not a car racing game. So these are like futuristic jets and off-road stuff. And first we have Grip Combat Racing. I remember this game was very expensive when it first came out, but it has dropped significantly in price. And this is now very cheap. Looks pretty good here. This is 85% off, $449, $104 in India, $374 in the UK, $5 in the Canada, and $449 in the Eurozone. We also have Redout Enhanced Edition. So again, I've heard a lot about this game. Never played any of these games. I might have this one. I think this was given away by Epic. And yeah, you have these futuristic fighter jet style things that you race. And this is 75% off, $5, $132 in India, £5, $5.69 in Canada, €5. And we also have another futuristic similar kind of game with a bit more platforming called Distance. I have played this one. This was in a humble bundle. It's an alright game. Music, interesting music here in the background, very futuristic looking. And this is 80% off, $5 again, $113 in India, $3.89 in the UK, $5.79 in Canada, $4.19 in the Eurozone. Next is a section where I say this is arcadey stuff, and I'm surprised it's on Steam. So this is Gear.Club Unlimited 2 Ultimate Edition. This is originally a Nintendo Switch game. There's a one as well, which is not ported. And this is here, it's got mostly positive reviews. Also, this is made by the same people who made the Test Drive Unlimited games, Eden Games. And so the rights of those Test Drive games are with somebody else these days, so they call it Gear.Club Unlimited. But it has the same thing. You go to showrooms, you buy cars, you race around an open world. So yeah, if you were a fan of Test Drive Unlimited like I was, this might be something you could enjoy. This is 45% off, $13.74, $5.77 in India, $11.54 in the UK, $16.49 in Canada, and $13.74 in the Eurozone. Next is Inertial Drift. So another game I mentioned. This is another arcadey drifting game inspired by the anime, as you can see by the name here. And this is surprisingly fun. I liked it. The thing with this one, what they tried to do is, the art style was pretty good. And the second thing they did was they used the right analog stick for drifting. So that made it quite interesting. Initially you might get a bit confused, but it was surprisingly easy to get used to that. So left for steering, right for drifting, and it was actually fun. They had a bit of a cheesy story as well or something, but the racing part was fun. So this is 65% off, $7, $308 in India, $5.94 in the UK, $9 in Canada, $7 in the Eurozone. Also, every time I mention this game, people always say Initial D or whatever the anime was. How can I watch that? Because I'm kind of curious to see what the thing is, because I've never watched a lot of anime. I've only watched two so far, Vinland Saga and the Dragon's Dogma one. So I do want to try this because I am a fan of racing stuff, so I would be curious to see what it's about. Next is Garfield Kart Furious Racing. So I thought I'll throw in a kart racing game as well, and we have Garfield Kart here. So again, a very cheap game. I think was free from Fanatical or somewhere. So this is 85% off, $224, $93 in India, $194 in the UK, $254 in Canada, $224 in the Eurozone. Now we move on to the destruction, demolition, racing style games. We start off first with Wreckfest. This is probably the biggest, most popular one these days. And yeah, this is quite fun. This is also surprisingly successful on mobile. Very well done on mobile, by the way. And this is 60% off. $12, $4.55 in India, $10.69 in the UK, $13.59 in Canada, and €12. Next we have Guzzlers Extreme. So another game I've mentioned in the past, not too much recently, but this is also your combat racing style game. Customize your cars, do stuff like that. And yeah, cars look very similar to licensed cars, but they're not licensed cars, which is why this is still available, because it's from 2015. And again, a cheap game. This is 85% off, $5.24 in the US, $113 in India, £4, $5.80 in Canada, $4.79 in the Eurozone. Now we have FlatOut 2, so similar wrecking game, but this is kind of an older game. I have bought this, but I bought it on GOG because with older games I prefer GOG, just to be safe. But this is again very positive, overwhelmingly here, 80% off. There are several games in this series. I think second is the most popular. We have $2 in the US, 73 in India, 119 in the UK, 219 in Canada, and €2. Another crashing style game is Crashday Redline edition. So this is a bit of a newer game. It looks kind of good too, and this is from 2017 and also on a good sale. Not sure I have this one, but I might get it for myself. 75% off, $3, 102 in India, 224 in the UK, 324 in Canada, and €3. Then we have some older games that are still available on Steam, which is a bit of a surprise. Ridge Racer Unbounded. So I bought this game, I played it as well, and it is kind of hard, if I'm honest. But I do like all these arcade racing games, so I end up buying them even if the reviews are not that great. This one had better reviews when I bought it like 6 months ago, so I don't know what happened recently. But this is now available on sale for 78% off, $219, $144 in India, $175 in the UK, $241 in Canada, and $219 in the Eurozone. There's a complete bundle here, which is only a little more and has all the cars here, so maybe get this one instead. I believe this has everything. Yeah, it's only a tiny bit more, so get this, $224, $147 in India, $179 in the UK, and $254 in Canada, $224 in the Eurozone. This actually might be a new low here. Anyway, so yeah, surprised the reviews are down. The only negative I found was like the difficulty, but other than that, I don't think it was that bad. Another game that I'm surprised is still available on Steam is GT Legends. So this is a simulation, and this is again quite a big deal because back in the day this was like a very big game from 2005. So obviously the graphics wouldn't be that great, but it is a big deal. It's a big game from back in the day. So it has licensed cars as well. So I'm surprised it's still available, but maybe it came back or they had some new deals or something. So this is again very cheap, 75% off, $2, 74 in India, 124 in the UK, 219 in Canada, and 149 in the Eurozone. Then another game that has come back recently is World Racing 2 Champion Edition. So this was called something else like Mercedes Racing or something back in 2004-05, and then they recently brought it back last year in December, improved a few things, made it compatible with newer Windows, and yeah, available on sale here. Not bad from like that era of game. So this is 25% off, $750 in the US, $360 in India, $639 in the UK, and $974 in Canada. Now this is the only game here that is not on sale. So I'm only mentioning this because you might be surprised, as I was, that it is still available. So Split Second was kind of a popular game from a while ago, from 2010. It's from Disney, and it is still available, but they haven't put it on sale for a long time. So last time it was on sale was December 2017. It's not an expensive game here. However, I got a sale on this on Fanatical, I think towards the end of last year, and I bought it there, or early this year. It was like $3 or something. So if you are interested, or if you played this back in the day and you have memories and you wanted this again, it is available. Just look at it on Fanatical or something, or I'll try and mention it if I come across this again to get this. In the meantime, you can wishlist this, because I was really surprised to see this is still available, because a lot of games from back in the day from this era are no longer around, stuff like Blur, for example. Alright, now we've moved on to the final section. This is what I call the super cheap games you may not have heard of, and which are surprisingly not bad. So first up is Kanjozoku Game, online street racing and drift. It looks pretty good here, and it's got positive reviews, 2,000, almost 3,000 reviews, 81% positive, and wait till you see the price on this one. So yeah, street racing, highway racing in Japan, that kind of thing. But this is 70% off, $150, 45 rupees, 128 in the UK, 194 in Canada, and 149 in the Eurozone. Next we have Hashiriya Drifter, online drift racing multiplayer. So again, similar thing, Japanese drifting style thing. Looks alright, cars look decent, reviews are almost there, I could say, but again, very cheap. So I'm mentioning this here. Even cheaper here is 49 cents, 26 rupees, 44 pence, and 64 cents in Canada, 49 cents in the Eurozone. Again, doesn't look too bad for the price, might be alright. Next we have Inertial Drift Online. This one has positive reviews at 73. Graphically doesn't look too bad. It might not have a lot of cars and stuff or a lot of things to do, but again, wait till you see the price on this one. This is 80% off, 99 cents, 39 in India, 99 pence, 113 in Canada, and 99 in the Eurozone. And we have Drift 86, another drifting game with the what is this car again? Corolla something, E something. And there are a few cars here, drifting style game. Again, very basic looking, but also very cheap. So this is 71% off, 59 cents, 25 rupees, 50 pence, 68 cents, and 59 cents in the Eurozone. And that is it, 44 racing games. Let me know how many of these you have heard of. It took me a long time to make this one, so I would appreciate a thumbs up if you can. If you're new here, subscribe for more deals videos. And also let me know if you like these big list videos, because I'm getting bigger and bigger. Initially I was thinking of making multiple videos, but I thought, alright, just put it in one and put timestamps and people will figure it out. So yeah, thank you for watching. See you next time.